Hello there. So that did not take so long. I thought might as well get started so that it won't be too late. So here's my paper, and it's a blank paper. It's a blank one. It's a scary part for an artist when they sit and look at the blank piece of paper. So I'll be drawing live. After that, I'll clean it. If it is a success, if I don't scrap it, I might scrap it. If I do that, then I won't be cleaning it. But if I don't scrap it, I'll scan it, I'll clean it, I'll vector it, and I'll put it up so that you guys can get it for tomorrow. And we'll color it together tomorrow. So I'm gonna just gonna share the video, let you guys get in and with me. The sharing will take me a couple of seconds, minutes, and then I will start drawing. And hi Walden, nice to see you. And I'll be drawing live, and you can follow and see me draw this, and hopefully you'll like it and have fun with it. And I'll just share it quickly. If you guys want, please share it too. It's always a good help. Don't share too much, just 2 times, 2 places or something. We don't want anybody ending up in Facebook jail. That sucks. So I'm just gonna share. Be back in a minute. So I will be drawing today, and I'll probably not be as good at looking at the comments as I am when I'm coloring, as I will be a little bit more distracted by the actual drawing. And I think normally I go for 04, but I think I'm gonna go for 05 right now. Back with me, thank you, nice to see you. So yeah, I'm gonna just go. Now this is a total blank. I didn't make any lines or anything. So I'm just gonna go and start to do that. So I'm already beginning. And we'll just see where it leads us. It's been a while since I did this, so let's see how shaky I am. Or how well it goes. Let's see. I'm beginning. I don't know. Somebody's calling me. I'll just ignore it because I can't talk right now because I'm doing a live video. So this is bad timing. I'm gonna decline. Yeah, decline. Thank you. So yeah, that was a bad time to call me. So yeah, I'm just going with the flow here. As you can see, I have no plan. It just sort of happens where this flow will take me. I have no idea. And that is usually how I start. Then once I have started, I might start to get other ideas because they might start coming while I'm filling in. I might get an idea for a flow of the next one. But right now I'm starting to totally from 0 and without having done a flow for a long time. So we'll just see where it takes us. Hopefully it will take us somewhere nice, and you will get to follow the creation of the coloring page from the first line, and then we'll color it tomorrow. If I don't scrap it, if I don't totally F up and scrap everything because I'm like, oh, this is a disaster, I hate it. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope so. So now I have some lines down. I'm no longer intimidated by the blank piece of paper. So I'm a little bit encouraged that I have some lines on the paper. And now I just sort of have to sort of follow my flow. So I'm gonna do a little bit more because there was 8. I do like uneven numbers more. And yeah, I did take a 0.5 instead of a 0.4. I usually do 0.4, but I thought that the 0.5, it's not that big a difference, but I thought it might be more visible for you, since I'm not as close as with the smaller ones I've been doing. So I think I'm gonna go here. So this is sort of what happens in the moment. I can't really tell you. It's just how I feel when I'm sitting here. So it's sort of a flow thing. I have no better way to explain that. This is the way that I draw, at least with these. And why do I draw twisters? Because I've been drawing twisters for the longest time, so I feel most secure in doing that live. I would feel insecure with anything else because I scrap that all the time. So this is sort of something where I feel that there's a better possibility of me not getting frustrated and scrapping it in 2 seconds. And you know, it wouldn't be fun with a video where I start something and you're thinking, oh, this is so exciting, look at what she's doing, this is so cool. And then it takes like 2 minutes and I go, oh, I hate it, and I tear it apart and get really annoyed. That would not be fun, you know. So here we have, you see, that was a little bit shaky, but I'll clean that up. So, you know, if I go a little bit over, it's okay because I'll clean it up. And also because I don't get as close as I normally do, then there will be more of those shaky parts that I'll have to clean. So they'll probably not be as perfect as my normal ones, but it will be one where you saw the page being born and you followed it, totally followed it. So you will feel like it's your page too, hopefully. And then right away when I'm done with it, I'll clean it up and I will prepare it, and I'll get it up on the pay hip as fast as I can, and you will be able to download and print it so that we can hopefully color it tomorrow, unless something goes really bad. I think we need to have a little bit of flow here. I think it would be very intertwining. Usually this is a creative process where I'm not really communicating and I'm just sitting in a corner doing my thing. So this is very new to me, to sit and do it like this. I think we're just gonna continue that one down here. That's 2, 3, and 4, 5. So And this is just me being stubborn. So now we got half of the flow. We got the side over here that I don't really know what I want to do with yet, but we'll get there. I think I might want to have something that goes all the way through here. It continues that initial line we had there. So, and I want to go with at least 3. So this is developing quite fast. I haven't been on that long. You see, I'm way faster when I draw than when I color. Way faster. So I think I want to do something where I sort of carry something over here. Yeah, that's pretty neat, I think. I think I have to start it from here in order to get that flow here. So yeah. So now you've seen me draw. Now I've revealed my drawing to you. And now you can just go and draw one yourself and experience the calm of drawing twisters. So yeah, but don't expect the lines to be right, you know? Not the first couple of 100 times you do it. But you know, after a while you'll catch the hang of it and they will be much more perfect. So that was a crappy one. So here we go. And now I'm gonna go do a little bit here. I think it's actually moving quite good with this 0.5, even though it's not my favorite one. But I think it has a good movement to it. I do like these Unipin fine liners a lot. So what do I want to do here? I sort of want to do something. Okay, no, I think I'm gonna go here. So yeah, you can see I keep turning everything around, and this is my process. And I think it's going pretty well for the fact that I haven't done it for a while. I'm just gonna get a piece of paper so I don't sweat up my lines, so that I can put it here so I'm not sweating up, leaving stupid marks that are totally uncalled for and that I would have to clean afterwards on the paper. So that's important to protect the piece you're working on. So this is actually kind of fun, isn't it? I'm not even nervous. I've been going so fast that I'm not really that nervous. And since it's gone so well so far, I don't think I'll even get to mess it up. It's actually flown pretty well, this one. And there we go. That's my flow. So this is going to be the flow. And we have a flow of the twister. Now we're just going to see where we're going to start. And yeah, we'll get there. I'm going to have a sip of wine because whew, that went really fast. I hope you guys liked it. This is the beginning of the finished piece. And I'm happy. It didn't go bad. It actually went pretty fluent. So I think I'm going to start over here. And I will be having this piece because, you know, a sweaty hand. And I already have a little bit of black here. So it's better so that I have that to protect it, so I don't mess it up. With these smaller ones that I've done before, they're pretty fast, so I haven't had sweaty hands, but now I already colored the other one I did just before for over 2 hours. So I already had a little bit sweaty hands. And I do believe I have a slight fever So because I'm sweating a little bit more than I would normally expect to be sweating. So yeah, that's probably it. So now we're into it, and I do believe that this one will get done, and you'll be able to, of course, get it on my pay hip, and I will put it up for free, and you can tip me if you liked it, and if you are able to. If not, you just pay nothing and get it and color with me tomorrow. But tips are good because they help me pay the bills. So I think this is going very well. Maybe I'll draw up a whole new big Twister book, Twister 3. I like this. It's going really well. I did that base very, very fast, that flow. So this is my, oh, I'm really getting into it now. This is beautiful. Yeah, I'll definitely need to do some more cleaning than I usually do, because I'm not getting as close, and I'm also drawing way faster than I normally do, which makes for a more dirty drawing, for more irregular lines. But it's going pretty well. I like the flow of it, so I've done that. And I think I'll go over here because I don't want to, now this is still wet, so I think I'll be working on this section here. So I hope this is not too boring to watch. If you think about the fact that you're actually watching this page come alive, then it might be quite interesting, might be bring an extra dimension to actually coloring it, that you saw it come alive, that you saw it get created. I don't know, let's hope so. I think it's interesting to do it, and I hope you guys will enjoy watching my process. And you are so lucky that you are not being in on the process of cleaning it and vectorizing it and getting it ready to be a real page. But you know, I will do that straight away afterwards, and as soon as it's ready, I will of course post a link to where you can get it so that you can be prepared for tomorrow. You won't have so long to get it because it will take me some time before it's ready. Well, now first I gotta finish drawing it and hope that I don't mess up. You're already thinking about your colors, Kimberly. That's wonderful. And you're relaxing. That's even more wonderful. Really great. I'm actually relaxing too, but I always, that's why I call them chill pills, because they are my way of relaxing. They are what brings me into sort of inner state of peace. That is very enjoyable. Normally it will not be kitchen towel. Normally I actually use a piece of paper, but this kitchen towel seems to be working fine, and it was what I had next to me. Instead of having to get up and look for something specific, I just took what I had. So yeah, it's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of action in this one for sure. I have no idea how I'm going to color it. I wish that Ellen Walters could be the guest host on coloring it. She colors them so awesomely. Or Johanna. Johanna also colors them really, really awesomely. I mean, the twisters. But I will color it. And I will do it awesomely as well, I hope. I don't have as many tricks up my sleeve as Johanna and Ellen. But I have my own style, and mine is so easy, so everybody can follow, I think. And We're just doing it to have a fun time here between Christmas and New Year's, and I think it's a great beginning. It's funny and it's looking good. It's gonna have really good flow, I think, and it's gonna be like some surprising movements inside. I think I'm your chill pill. That's nice. That's nice. Thank you, Julie. I'm not normally a very relaxed person, but you know, I relax when I draw. I need that to relax, and I think I should do this more as meditative, and then I get them done. And it's a nice way to, I think it's a nice way to experience a coloring page where you actually see it from the very first get-go. And no, you will never see me draw that square because I have that square made on the computer. So when I have my paper, this is the same as this glue pad that I have as an underlay. I like that paper. It's affordable and it's a good thickness and it's a nice surface to draw on. So then I print that square on so that I don't have to, there's too much of an error margin in making a perfect square constantly. So I have the most perfect one I made that I scanned in, and then I just print that out on my pages before I start them. So that I have my outline of the pattern. It is developing, and it's very okay to do it with the 0.5. It's just that little bit heavier, thicker line, but I think that you can see it better. I wouldn't go any thicker than this. I mean, I know a lot of artists who use this as 0.05, but you know, it doesn't really scan that well, and it's not that heavy. It's nicer to have a little bit of weight behind, and it will also help when you vector it to get more sturdy lines that you can actually use for the coloring. I mean, of course, it depends what kind of work you're doing. But with this, I find that there's 0.4, and now I'm doing 0.5, is a pretty perfect size. So yeah, it's flowing. It really is flowing. So I hope this is, yeah. I'm looking forward to make that line that goes all the way through. That would be a fun sectioning off. So I'm just gonna round that off a bit there. This is nice. So it's definitely developing fast. Much faster. I was afraid that it was gonna be much slower, but I can see that I'm definitely quicker when it comes to drawing than I am when it comes to coloring. I think it's because I have that flow in my hands for so long, because I've been drawing so many of these. That's my mantra drawing. I will need to color, draw a lot of the smaller ones, because I really want to do those also, but I thought for our coloring we needed one that was a little bit bigger. And I'll of course be printing it in A3 because I like that size, especially for the video, as you can see much better than if I'm coloring on a smaller piece. So yeah, feel free to add your comments and your thoughts. I do look a little bit at the comments, but not as much as I usually do. So profound life questions might not be the moment, because I might not be focused enough to answer, because I'm in a different mode right now, in a different state. The state I go into when I'm actually drawing is a meditative state where I'm not as easy to distract as I am when I'm doing other things. When I'm doing other things, I actually tend to distract myself even. So this one here's going to be a little bit different. I can see that already. So are you guys looking forward to coloring this? I hope so. I hope so. I think it will be fun. So let's see. I want to try to continue a bit down here, I think. I'm going to go here. Just going to make some fine ones here. Where it's sort of cut off. I haven't touched there. And yeah, that link I will get up as soon as I can. But it will take me some time to get it ready once I'm done drawing it, because there's a little bit of a process that it has to go through before I can actually just put it up for coloring. Otherwise it wouldn't be as nice. This is I think that is the thing that a lot of people who maybe have drawn all their lives don't realize, is the cleaning process. That is very, very important, to make your art present it the best way possible. You need to present clean and crisp and clear work. Otherwise people will not like it, and they will feel that it's an amateurish drawing. It's very important to not forget that step. And if you're new to publishing your work, then you might not even be aware, because those minute things, differences between a cleaned one and an uncleaned one, or vectored one and an unvectored one, you will not be aware of. Which means that there's a lot of things that if you take a normal picture, or if you just see it with your eyes, it's a lot of imperfections you will never even notice when you see it with your eyes. You'll think it looks perfectly good. But once you see it in Photoshop at 100%, you'll be appalled. And that's what you will see when you have that scan, that high quality scan. And then you will know that you need to work on it. And that's very important. And that what defines getting a professional result, and something that people will actually enjoy. And I think that's very important. And I do try to explain this as much as I can to budding artists, especially the fact that, You can't just take your drawing and put it out there. You have to work with it. There's a process afterwards where you perfect it so that it is as good as can be. And if you forget that, and people, they see that it's so flawed or so dirty, they will not like it, and they will not want to play with it. And you might not even be aware because you didn't even see it yourself at 100% scan, and are not aware of what was needed to be done, just a few little things to make it a better result and a more desirable result. And that's sad because there's a lot of great artists out there who also are making books but are not doing these steps to perfect the work. And it's sad because their art deserves that attention to the detail. So I think this is, I might go for the long one now, I might go over here, I'm not quite sure. Just think about it for a second or two. Where I want to continue. I think I will continue up. So I can let that dry a little bit out. So yeah. If I was good at singing, I could sing a little song for you, but I'm afraid I'm not. I suck at singing. When my daughter was little, she always wanted me to sing goodnight songs, but she held her ears. Sort of like, imagine a little 2 years old girl, "Mommy, sing me goodnight song." And then I start singing, and she puts her little hands up over her ears, and I'm like, "Should I stop?" Says, "No, I want you to sing me the goodnight song. I'm just holding on to my ears." So yeah, but I've gotten better. You know, all the practice with the lullabies things has helped a little bit on my quality of singing. But it will never be ideal. I remember when I was younger, I was working as a model. I did runway and photo shoots and stuff like that. And I did mainly catwalk runway. And there was some people that wanted to hire me to be the lead singer in a band, the face of the band. And I was like, "But I can't sing." "Oh, but that doesn't matter. We have a singer. She's a really good singer." And I heard like the songs and stuff, and I said, "So what am I supposed to do?" "Well, I was just supposed to, like, you know, record the music videos and do the album work, the photos and stuff like that. And this woman would be the one who sung." I'm like, "Well, why don't you use her?" And they were like, "No, because your look fits with the image we want to project for this singer." I mean, she didn't look bad at all. And I was like, "I can't do that." I said no. I said no to the job because I was feeling like, you know, so if everybody sees my face as being this person who sung it, I mean, then everybody's going to think that I can actually sing. What if they then find out that I can't sing? I mean, that would be horribly embarrassing. That would be like this, the whole, what was it, Milli Vanilli or something? It wasn't those years. It was like early 90s or something like that. And I was just appalled that they could even think about asking somebody else to pretend that they were the singer. That's like crazy. She learned to talk to stop you singing. Oh, that's nice. my daughter, she never asked me to stop. She always asked me to sing for her. She doesn't do that anymore now. She's bigger. But she's 8 now. sorry. But she actually learned to talk to ask you to stop singing. I love that. That's pretty cool. It's neat. So yeah. So this is the dawn of a new drawing, the birth of a coloring page. It's funny to draw a full page like this and from scratch. There's no guides. I did the guides. That was pretty cool, and I didn't mess up. Because that's usually where I mess up the most, or, you know, I scrap them the most, because then I had a shaky hand and the line didn't become as perfect as I wanted it to be. And here it actually went, but the tip with getting those lines nice is, you know, to have a steady hand. And when you do that big one, try to make them faster, like sort of big flow. That's how I do it anyways. Who are you going to be meeting in person? That sounds interesting. I'm curious. I want to know who are you going to meet? Beverly, who are you going to meet? In person. Who? Hi, Heather. Nice to see you. This is the birth of the drawing that we will be coloring tomorrow. And after I finish to draw this up, I will clean it, I will vector it, and I will put it up for all of you to get on the payhip. And it will be like all the other pages, 0+, so that we can color it tomorrow. But you will be able to have seen the whole process from a blank piece of paper. So you will have followed it. Thank you, Heather. Oh, Kimberly. Oh. Maybe that was what happened to my girl when she held her hands on the ears. That could also have been that, the fluid in the ears. I don't know, because she couldn't really explain what it was. She didn't want me to stop singing, but she would hold her ears while I was singing. So who are you gonna meet, Beverly? I'm still curious. I'm a nosy busybody. Let's see, this is gonna be neat. I hope you guys will like it. And I hope I didn't make it too intricate. I don't know, I wasn't thinking, the lines just come. When I sit on the paper like that, the lines just come. It's not really a controlled process. It's sort of like how I feel that they should be, and that's how they sort of come out. So they're not since they're not planned out. It's a look down. Oh, there's more. You're gonna be meeting Heather. Or did I lose something? No, you're gonna be meeting Heather. That sounds cool. When are you gonna be meeting? Are you gonna do a coloring hangout? No? And I don't know who. Who are you gonna be meeting in person? Oh, that's so cool. When? When are you gonna be meeting her? That's very cool. Now I have to think about remembering who it is, because I know the name. I'm so bad with the names. I'm way better at faces. But I know the name for sure. After the new year, that's gonna be interesting. But she's in the Who's Who, no? She's in the Who's Who, I think. In the Who's Who. Everybody's important, Heather. Yeah, and the Treasury 1 and 2. Yeah, I know who it is now. Now I have a face in my mind. Now I know who it is. That's cool. That's gonna be way much fun. Where you get? Is she living anywhere close to you? So you're gonna meet up there, or? Yeah, long hair. I have very long hair too. Yeah. But still, Heather, everyone is important. Because it's all of us that makes everything go round. That's so cool. That's really nice. It's so great. You know, I wish that I was living somewhere else where there was more people. Just even France or Holland. There are way more people who like to color, and I can see like colorists, and I'm always saying, you know, I'm gonna go on a tour. I'm gonna go visit in Holland and in France and all the way to Spain. And I want to go to the States and to England and to Taiwan, and I want to go and visit everyone. But every year it just doesn't seem that I have the... Yeah, it would be really cool at least to do the European tour in the summer holiday with my daughter. But so far we haven't had the finances to make it happen, but it will come. I know it will come. Or I'll meet somebody who has a driver's license and a car, and we can make it a car tour. Yes, yes, I know her too. I never met her, but I know who it is. Ah, that's cool. I think the only artist I ever met from the coloring is Johanna Ernst, because she actually came here to visit me for my daughter's 6th birthday. She was here, or was it for her 7? I think it was maybe for her 7. She was here for a whole week, and we had heaps of fun with the books and did a lot of work too, of course, with Global Doodle Jams, but we had a great week. It was so much fun to have her visit me here, all the way from Holland. Yeah. But the tour I really want to do, there's a lot of colorists and artists I want to meet in France and also in Holland, because that's the most, you know, that's the most realistic to be able to go there first. At a later point, it would be really, because mainly most of the people that I know of, both artists and colorists, are in the States and in Canada. So, you know, at one point it could be really cool if I could go there. But it's not realistic at the moment when I can't even go to Holland or France. So we'll see if I ever get there. I hope so. It would be really nice to meet others. It would be nice to maybe, you know, arrange some workshops, or, you know, just to sit and hang out and color together and talk and meet in person. It would be really lovely. I think that's always great, you know, it's because we make all these friendships. We sort of relate to each other. We relate to each other's daily life in a way. And we see each other's drawings, and we follow what happens and goes on. And so it's so nice when it's possible for us to meet and also see each other in a real life. I think that's really nice. And let things develop. Well, this is developing. I even forgot my cigarette, so it went out. Yeah. I think I was in the US, but that's like, I don't know, 20 years ago. I was in New York, in Detroit, in LA, in Hollywood, in, where was I more? LA, Hollywood, Las Vegas, and New York. And we went to Cancun because it was really cold in New York. And we couldn't get the hotel that we wanted to be in because there was some tennis thing. We hadn't planned it that well, I think. So yeah, now I'm gonna go down here, get that flow in here, alternate. So this is the birth of a coloring page that we will color tomorrow. That's pretty neat to see it from the get-go. So yeah. So that's how my passport also expired and I got it renewed. But let's see if I can go somewhere this summer. It would be nice to just get away from everything. We were gone last year because my daughter's father really wanted to see her and he couldn't come here. He lives in Spain, where I lived before. And I hadn't actually been back there for 7 years after we left. So he invited us to come and we were there for a visit in the summer. Also, it was really nice for Victoria to see where she was born and see her dad a little bit. And that was because he invited us and paid for it, so that was good. This is developing nicely. I think it's going to be an awesome result. And I didn't mess up. Not yet. This is still plenty of opportunity to mess up, but so far so good. I really hope I won't, because it's sad once it comes so far, then it would be annoying to have to stop. Now I'm just thinking about the next one already. That's what happens when I start drawing like this. Then I start getting flows in my head to make flow drawing and how it should go in. And I didn't have that when I started this one because it's so long since I made one last time. Wasn't even sure that I would get it right, but it turned out pretty good. So it's like getting up on the horse again. It's gonna be a nice one, and yeah, I hope lots of you guys will join in on coloring it tomorrow, and I will try to get it up as fast as I can. I can't promise how fast that will be because I don't want to compromise the quality of what I put out. I always try to put out my best, so there's no compromises. If it takes the time that it takes to get it ready. That's my philosophy and how I work with things. So, and that's how I work with everything that I work with. I don't compromise, and I think that when you're doing something, you might as well do the best that you can. If you're going to spend the time on it anyways, then there's no reason not to give it your 110 or 300% if you got that in you, always. And that goes for everything that you do. You know, give it everything you got. And at least you know that you did your best. I mean, that does not go for cleaning. It goes for cooking and drawing and doing art and being with your daughter. Do your best. In the cleaning department, do what you can, you know. I think it would be nice, this one, with a nice flow. I might get out some colored pencils tomorrow, do something different than the markers, or maybe do some color graduation with the markers. I don't know. Well, I will see what I feel like tomorrow, because I never really know. Or maybe get out those awesome stick brushes again. I really enjoyed working with them. They were really nice to work with. So I might be going for those again. I'm just so afraid, because I have that one set and I know I can't get another set. So I'm afraid to use them up and, you know, run out of a color in the middle of a drawing. That's one of the things that scares me the most when I'm doing some coloring. It is to run out of a color in the middle of sitting there coloring. That would just that would freak out my OCD to a level of, ooh, I would hate that, you know. So yeah, I'm a little bit, I always feel best if I have two of everything, especially when it's something that I can run out of. But I don't with those, and they're not refillable. So there's nothing really I can do if I run out of color on them. But they're all new, so that wouldn't happen if I used them tomorrow. Wouldn't happen. So it's gonna be a nice one, this one. I think it has a very lovely flow. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching. And please just let me know, you know, your comments also help me know if it is something that I should do again, or if it's something that you find utterly, you know, like, I don't want to see that. That also helps me. I will, of course, still do whatever I feel like doing. So if I feel like drawing, I'll draw. And then you can get in if you like it and leave me if you hate it. So that's okay, but it's nice for me to know if there's a general feeling that it's fun to see. So we're going here. And of course it will be available. And I will post it as soon as it is available. And you can download it and print it and have fun with it. And please, if you do have fun with it, show me your colored results. I would love to see that. It's actually developing nicely. I think when it's a smaller drawing like this, you can do it live. I think maybe the smaller ones are even more suited, whereas my larger pieces, it would probably be nicest just to see them speed up a little bit, or a lot. I have to stretch my hands a little bit because I always hold on. You can see like there's a dent in my finger. So when I go into my excessive energy mode and make a lot of these, then that dent becomes really funny. But I would think that a lot of you guys, if you're coloring, has the same or experience the same thing. I do try not to hide it with my hand, but it can be a little bit difficult because I also need to have the right angle in order to draw like I want. So yeah, just going very nicely and smoothly on this paper. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm enjoying it a lot. And as you can see, that's very meditative, very quiet thing to do. And it's nice. It's looking good so far, I think. Oh, it printed reversed. Which one printed reversed? The first one, the one that I colored before. But does that matter if it printed reverse? I don't know. I have no idea. Sounds like fun. The writing is on backwards, but it's just the words. The drawing itself is still sort of, it's, you know, if that's reverse, I don't think it, I don't know if it really matters or makes any difference on the drawing, but the words are probably a little bit. That's good. That's good that it's fine. It's developing nicely, eh? It's got a good flow. I could really use like a chocolate mousse, I think. Something with a strong chocolate, like one of those where it's like the melty chocolate inside. I don't remember what are they called. This hot fudge cakes or something like that. Ones where you stick them in the microwave for a little bit and then you serve them. And oh yeah, there's ones. And they got like some jam and can serve them with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Okay, here comes the person who only had one sandwich today because there was nothing really to choose from in the supermarket. And I'm thinking about chocolate. It's a great thing that I don't have any. Not anything that is easily to just chup, chup, chup. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. So this is nice. Getting your live drawing on. No live coloring today. Cordials. Oh, that sounds good, Beverly. And mug cakes. Mmm. This is really dry, this cough is annoying. Yeah. This is gonna be nice. I'm on an activity level 110, I think, right now. I actually didn't think that it would go that smoothly. I was really a little bit worried before I started if at all it would be possible to do a big one like this with a live cam, and I find that it's no problem at all. So that's pretty cool. That's a new thing. So that's a new thing that I don't feel that I wasn't sure that it was gonna work. It's also why I wrote that I would find something else if it didn't work. You know, covered my bases if it was gonna, screw up totally. I didn't say the F word. I thought it, but I didn't. So my daughter would be proud of me. I think it's looking very, very handsomely. I'm gonna be happy with this one. I think it will be fun to color it. It probably won't be totally easy, but it sort of depends what you let it do to you. If you ignore the lines and just play with colors, then it won't be hard. It's definitely Twister action. There's nothing else but that. I like that little glistening of the pens, of the ink, when I let go. I can see that it's just drying up. It's really nice to see. And here we go. Usually I don't sign these before until after I scan them. But maybe we should make it different today and sign it with the date, because it's a live one, so it's a different than the other ones. I did it live with you guys, so maybe I should put a date on it. And we're just gonna wave a bit so that I don't mess this part up. And then I'm gonna go for this part in here. This one I'm gonna do last. I'm gonna put the right one here. So that's how I do a full page twister. And I've done it way faster than I normally do. So yeah, there will be way more cleaning up to do. Also because I have that distance that I can't get as close because of the camera, and you don't want to watch my hair, you want to watch me draw. So that would be a little bit more to clean up, for sure. But altogether, it's looking pretty good. And maybe I will one day go in and make a big one so you can follow it. Maybe not the twister, maybe another thing with some different patterns going in it. I think it's gonna meld in together really nicely. So this is what I really like to do. And now after drawing it, I'll feel like coloring it. Thank you, Bev. Yeah, it looks easy. I don't know if it is. I think if you haven't done it before, it probably isn't easy. But I think if you have a flow, then it probably is. But I've done, well, there's the 2 Twister books, Twister 1 and Twister 2. That's 100 drawings. But then we're not talking about all the ones that got discarded. Then I have the pocket twisters, there's another 50. The twister dollars, there's another 50, so that's at least 200. And then if you count, I probably also discarded 200 and have about 100 lying there that I finished, but I'm working on more. So I have drawn up a lot, and I've drawn them in much bigger proportions as well. So I have sort of practiced this flow a lot through the years. So it's sort of stuck in my hands probably. But I think that anyone can draw a twister. You know, if you have time and a patience, and you're willing to practice a bit, of course you can. Nothing's impossible. Drawing is a skill. To some people that skill is natural, to others the skill is learned, and the more one practices, the better one becomes a controlling skill. I think I have a natural skill because I've done it forever. But of course, if I hadn't been practicing forever and keeping on doing it, then my skill would have, gone whooped down. With the drawing, it comes to practice, draw, and you get better all the time. But of course, to even begin, you need to have the ideas and the imagination. And that's where, there's some people who say, well, anybody could do that. And I say, I agree, anybody could do that. But they have to have the idea and the mindset to do it. Because one thing is just to do it if you don't have the feeling. I don't know if that's understandable, but it's easy to say that anyone can do it, but will it look right? That's the thing. But anyone with the right mindset and the willingness to practice and perfect skill can of course do it. But there's also that originality, to have the original idea or mindset or flow. But yeah, anyone can get to that level. And if one likes to draw and has that imagination, it just makes it even better. And that's why it's like nice, there's a lot of great artists that we see also in the coloring books that have a very personal, unique style where you just know who drew it when you see it. And that is very nice, because there's also a lot where I would say that it's more illustrators, because it could have been anybody who drew it. Not saying that they are not good artists. I'm definitely never gonna say that, because I think everybody's an artist in their own right. But there's just some where you can see that the skill set they have is a natural skill set that they've honed to perfection, and they have their own lines, they have their own style. I think I also have my own style, but now I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about what I see around. And I see so many really unique, great artists around that are absolutely amazing. I also see a lot of unique and great artists around that haven't been seen and that needs to be seen and discovered. And that's what this coloring world gives an opportunity for them to get discovered and get seen. Because I think the coloring world is way more kind to the art than the art critics and the art scene is in general. And artists are not kind to each other, unfortunately. I never understood why artists are so mean to each other, and a lot of, in a lot of states they are. And I don't understand that, because my belief is if we all are nice and supportive of each other and try to help each other move on, then we can all gain from it. But a lot of people seem to not really, a lot of people seem to be very small, and to be very afraid of others and of competition. Whereas I don't really see anything as competition. I see us all as being unique. And if we support each other in our different uniqueness, we can all become greater, and the community can become greater. And but I do realize that that's very naive of me. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, so I haven't given up on artists. I've just been slightly disillusioned by some, because I feel that they could go great, they could, but they need to open up and not be so closed in. Be more open to each other and nicer to each other. There's nothing worse than people being jealous or small-minded or greedy. Those are three qualities that I hate. Greediness, it's appalling. Small-mindedness is, I hate it. It makes me spiteful. And jealousy is just, it's insecurity, I think. If you're jealous of somebody else, then be jealous in a good way, in a friendly way, like, whoa, that is such, be happy for others. Be happy for others' success and help others be successful. That will give you much more as a person in the end than being so guarded and closed in and self-centered, it doesn't help you. It just helps you become a small person, and being a small person is not good for anyone. Try to be bigger. That's the best way, in my opinion. But we'll see. It's the way of the world. But at least, as long as I know that I try to be bigger and generous and not small or, or hateful or jealous or, that's nasty. So yeah, I think that's good. And I think once people realize how much they can do for each other, then we move on to another level where everybody in the community benefits from what we can do for each other, instead of sitting on our own high horse. You know, that helps a lot. So that's just my opinion, and that was a final stroke. As you can see, it's here. No, I will sign it on the back, I think, because, you know, I like it to be able to go either way that anybody would like, you know, because you can, if you see it this way in a good way, or if you see it this way in a good way, or that way. So that's why I often don't sign on it, because I would like it to be going either way, because I think that fits more. So I did say that I was going to sign it, but I'm not, because I don't like, I did do with a lot of paintings where I signed it in all four corners, so you could just put it any way around. But I'm not going to do that. I'll add text on it, but I won't sign the original, because I will sign that with a pencil on the back later on with the date. That's what I do with all the originals before I put them in my folders. So that's going to be that. And that was 1 hour and 16 minutes. So definitely way faster than when I am coloring. So I've done this. Now I'm going to scan it. Then I'm going to clean it. Then I'm going to vector it. Then I'm going to fit it to a page. And then I'm going to put it on the page here. And I will post it so that you guys can get it. And it will be on the 0+. So if you liked what you saw here, you liked watching me give birth to this one, please give it a little tip. That would be nice for me. But if you can't afford a tip, then don't give a tip. Please, you know, don't do something or feel that you have to do something if you can't afford it. I have to fix this right over here. Yeah. So, you know, don't feel pressured. There's no reason for that. So here you go. That was the page that we hopefully will be coloring tomorrow. So nice to have had fun with you guys. And now I will leave you because I'm busy. And she dropped the pen. Yay. Bye-bye. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye.